Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Snow White with the Red Hair, chapter 124.5. When we last left our heroes, we got this brief little flashback of Suruba and Tariga confronting the ringleader of the whole perfume operation, and some more hints as to what exactly is going on here. We know it's to give Toka something if and when he ever gets out of jail, but that was just a scene that felt like it would have been a lot more useful if we knew more about this grand plan than we do right now. But anyway, after that, Shiroyuki, Eisetsu, and Obi find out about the greenhouse, so they're on their way there. And at the greenhouse, the bandits force Kaguya to make the antidote to the perfume and write down the instructions. And when they threaten to kill Ryu afterwards, she threatens to burn the paper she wrote the instructions on. And then when she does burn it, it knocks all the bandits out. And that's where we left off. But for now, we're going to worry about none of that, because this is a bonus chapter. So with that said, let's dive right on in chapter 124.5, which I believe I've heard focuses on the Mountain Lions, the bandit group that Shiroyuki's dad, or I guess they're a legal mercenary group now that Shiroyuki's dad runs. We have these, like, they look like stickers of, like, the main five. Shiroyuki and Obi and Zen and Kiki and Mitsuhide. All of them seem a little, like, sweaty or hot. This might have come out, let me see if this came out, like, in the middle of summer last year or something. Because this is not the, yeah, this came out in July, it seems. But this is not the Good Scanlation group. This is not Little Miss and Good Sir. This is, I think, the same person who did the sort of rougher translation of 123 that I just was not into, and why I waited a year to do all this stuff. So, anyway, yeah, we open with Kazuki of the Mountain Lions. I think Mountain Lions was their name, right? I think I'm remembering that right. But the one who initially, like, kidnapped Shiroyuki and kickstarted all of that plot line way back. And with him, he's sort of like chilling out with his bow. And with him is someone who I'm pretty sure we've seen before, but I don't remember his name. Let me see if I can look up the. There's like a half-assed little list of the Mountains Lions on the website. This might be Mihaya, the guy from like chapter 2, who also is involved with the Lions now, I think. Again, it's been a while since we've dealt with any of these guys, but I think this might be Mihaya. So Mihaya asked Kazuki, Kazuki used to sing part-time at a tavern? Did he seriously quit? Why? He was getting paid, right? Then I think this is Itoya, I think, who I would only remember because of this list of the Mountains Lions, but it does kind of look like him. I forget exactly what he did or anything. But anyway, Itoya responds, he said something about how it seemed incompatible with him recently. Then I guess Mihaya goes to ask Kazuki himself, why did I quit? And Mihaya goes on, isn't that a waste? You were finally earning some money. Didn't you like it? Kazuki sort of looks away. He's got these, like, Bishi sparkles around him. I think I'm getting stronger. And Mihaya is just like, what? The tavern owner started to team up with a woman to sing. Lovely songs. I'm unclear as to what I'm not sure if my confusion here is a part of a translation problem, or if there's something a little more, if it's supposed to be sort of a weird translation, or what. So they made a trio together, but one of them said they wanted to sing solo. Is that including him in that trio? It's a little unclear. But it looks like the woman, because it does look like Kazuki, who this woman is flirting with. Let's become the best in town together. The regulars started getting angry and fought and causing an all-out brawl. And we see these, like, you know, mugs of ale and beer bottles and stools getting thrown. The hell are you getting clingy with women for? Who said that was your woman? Are you crazy? And I got fired. Fired? The compensation for the broken chairs and the customer's bill was taken out of my paycheck. And with that, I guess Mihaya just, like, walks away, I think, and just tells him, go to sleep. Which feels like it's a rough translation, is what I'm getting at. This just feels like it's kind of a translation problem. We got to Kazuki and Itoya, like, doing dishes. As Kazuki's singing while he does the dishes, and Mitoya just thinks he's still not over it. And then we have these two kids we might have seen before, I think. Let me see. One of them is Eugenia. Oh, it's Raj's siblings. Okay, gotcha. It's been so long since I had completely forgot that Raj had siblings. I remember that now. Anyway, Rona and Eugenia are their names. And Rona says, "Hey, Eugenia, let's go to older brother's upcoming ball together." And Rona just comments, "No, I don't want to go." Again? You have to show your face sometimes, you know. And Rona just sort of, I feel like he's sort of lying there, but I don't remember enough about him to say why he would. But recently, I've had a slight cold. Then eat warm foods. And then I'm kind of unsure as to what this whole chapter is meant to be, because it's very sort of like, I don't know what the connection between these two groups are, if that makes sense. And maybe if I remembered more about the early days of the series, I could answer that better. But I don't know, it just feels kind of random. And then I think this is like a flashback or something of like Rona finding Eugenia outside in the cold. "Eugenia, why are you outside? Hurry up and go to bed. Why are you even out here?" But then we see now Rona is the one with the cold. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Rona. You got a cold because of me. I asked the moon for me to catch a cold, but I guess since we are twins, the moon got us mixed up." Oh, he was out. That wasn't a flashback. He went outside to get a cold. And Rona just comments, "Yeah, the moon is pretty far away." And then I think this might be Raj coming in? Or maybe someone else from Tambaroon. What are you two going on about? Eugenia pulls out a book. "I can read a story for you. What would you like?" But Rona tells him, "Eugenia, since you went to the ball, tell me how it went." So I guess it's sometime later he actually did go to the ball, and he's just sort of there, thinking, I should have taken a bath. Didn't really care. And then we're in Lyrius now. Don't know, I have no idea what the connection between these three pairs are. This is Ryu's friend, who I think was Kirito his name? I don't want to sound too much like the SAO stan, but yes. Who is now, what's he doing at this point now? Because we have this bit with Yuzuri? The little girl with like the elf ear coverings of the Lilius gang. But Kirito sort of thinks to himself, what work should I do today? And Yuzuri's just like whispering at him, botanical collecting. And Kirito counters, "You have to deal with the heat, right?" "No thanks." Then he turns to Suzu, who also sits down. "Suzu, why did you become a pharmacist?" And Suzu tells him, "I used to be a countryside boy who longed for the city." And before he can go on, Kirito cuts him off. "It's not like I wanted to know half your lifetime." And Suzu goes on, "One day, nearby a lake." See what I mean by like weird translations? Nearby a lake just sounds kind of awkward, you know? There was a youngster who collapsed. Beside them was this flower that had sweet honey inside. Then I thought, this person drank from the flower not knowing it was poisoned. After I recognized the poison and treated them, they were very grateful. I felt that the knowledge I gained while playing and being surrounded by nature would be of use to someone. And thus, the youngsters, this is like a narrator, the youngster's parents showed their gratitude by gifting the boy with a book called the Pharmacal Chronicles? I don't think that's actually a word. Is it? I get like a company called Pharmacal when I Google it, but I don't find a definition. Let me see if I type in definition. Of or relating to pharmacy or... I guess it is a real word. This is not very... Normally it's just pharmaceutical. Pharmacal is a rare word in that context. But Suzu pulls it out. This is the very book I used. And Kirito just counters, "You need to stop being so extra, Suzu. You're obviously lying." But then he still, like, questions. Like, he assumes the story is fake, and then he still wonders, was the youngster a boy or girl? And then there's this, like, awkward pause. Suzu doesn't say anything. And eventually Yuzuri cuts in. "What do you want to be when you grow up, Kirito?" And Kirito thinks, I've done many things, though. a furnish carpenter, or either a blacksmith. Again, with like the weird sort of translation things, like I think it's meant to say like a furniture carpenter. I've never heard the term furnish carpenter in my life. But Yuzuri has this little like realization and then questions, don't blacksmiths deal with heat? I can sleep whenever I want to, so it's fine. Which should I choose? Either one is fine, just pick one. And Suzu then tells him, either one is helpful to us, and Yuzuri chimes in, exactly! And Kirito like looks at them and then goes back to his room. I see. Now that I think about it, I don't really feel good about today's conversation. And that's just kind of a relief off. This is just an awkward little chapter. I don't know what, like, even if this was translated well, and even if I was, like, had touched on the Mountain Lion storyline or the Tombarin storylines recently enough that I didn't have to, like, do a quick like, little wiki dive to, like, refresh myself on the key players, it would just be a weirdly structured chapter. Like, even for a bonus chapter, there's nothing connecting any of these plot lines. Like, I don't know, the little cover of the bit about the main five suffering under the heat, like, and then, of course, the heat being a main thing in Kirito's storyline, and the cold being a thing in the twins' storyline. I don't know, like, maybe temperature is meant to be a theme or something? But that has nothing to do with Kazuki's bit. And even then, it's just like, with the translation being as kind of rough as it is, I don't know, it's just sort of a chapter that's just kind of there. I don't know what to make of it, so I don't know what else there really is to say here. But it's a chapter, it happened, it was 9 pages, whatever, I'll forget about it by the time I finish this video. But yeah, it's one more chapter out of the way. We'll be back on the main storyline tomorrow with 125, which I can't wait to get back to. But with that said, I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, do whatever makes you happy, And as always, your life is your own, okay? Bye!